I believe this man's name is Howard or Arrow. I
suggest that you adopt such accent. It would seem more appropriate for a Mr. Hamish, and I don't want anyone aboard to suspect our true identity.
I'll do my best, but I must say, Holmes, I think you're being unnecessarily mysterious.
As you can see, this man here carries a Rob Ford sign. Right? Now, the difference between me and my opponents, when it comes to serving the people of this city, I am not concerned as to who you support as a candidate for mayor. I will still work for you. And there's been a great injustice done to this man. This man has operated this business since the 60s or the 70s. But this man hasn't always been on the spot. He's always been over here. If you want to walk down, I'm going to show you. Now, as we take a picture of this man, take a picture of him. You got it? Okay. Now, as we take down. This spot here is where that man used to operate his business. And this man has created a lot of joy in this city. We have an outgoing councilor named Kyle Ray. And Kyle Ray, through wants of favors from this big corporation, Cadillac Fairview, decided to force that man, had bylaw officers violate the rights of that man, send this man through City Hall, and eventually, after all these hell, they proved the city was wrong. And eventually that man, after spending thousands and thousands of dollars, ended up to where he was allowed to operate back here. But then Kyle Ray came and told this man that he has to move his cart over here. By moving his cart over here, the problem this man found was that the birds always hang around here. And bird shit always gets all over his stuff. So he had to shift from here. As you can see, there's the marking. You see those markings? This is where they wanted him to operate his business. And then they shoved him down here. I'll just take a picture down here. You got it on here? Okay. So now, this man was shoved down here. Now, as you can see, that's a Rob Ford for mayor. But the difference between me and anyone else is that I'm not going to let political interests stop me from doing what's right. Now, take a look at this man's car here. But where is the business? Where is his business? My question to those who are in authority is, since when does the rights, the wants of big business override the wants of small business? Should not government take more time to serve the small businessman than to give political favors to the big businessman? As the next mayor of Toronto, I stand for small business, and I'm Kevin Clarke. Small business is the cornerstone of our economy, and I'm a former small businessman who went out of business because those in authority were not there, which left me to the streets of Toronto. These big businesses will always be there. Take a look at all the space they've got there to where you can put a bunch of mannequins. So why could this man has not operated his business over there? I'm Kevin Clarke. I'm not running for mayor. I'm earning the mayor's job. We're going to take you over and get some info on this man. My name is Kevin Clarke, sir, and I'm a candidate for the mayor of Toronto's job. And I did make a promise to you a while back that your situation you have with the city councilors that we will deal with. So we would like to get just to pick something of what happened in the city. What? I don't know. What happened with City Hall? Wait, what happened with City Hall?
I don't know what happened to City Hall.
As your business improved since you moved from the spot you were at?
Oh, no. It doesn't improve, it gets worse.
It got worse. And you find yourself financially strapped because of the situation? Now, was there any complaint from any members of the public in reference to you operating your business there? So who was the complaint from?
Well, I think the complaint is from the padlock here.
And what was your
because
complaint?
he promised to support me to remain at the corner, and after he reject and take a picture at the. All right, he says in October.
Who was he?
That's
Council.
No, the manager, the building manager.
Okay.
Yes, he says he agreed to support me in November, and when it was in February, he took a picture. I wasn't around, and he states that I am part of the problem blocking the sidewalk at Yonge and Dundas.
Block the sidewalk?
Yes, whereas my cart wasn't around there. There was the other people that was standing there that was blocking the sidewalk.
Now,
And in fact, that they still stands at the same position there, blocking the sidewalk, but they blame it on me and say I is the one who creates the problem.
now you had a meeting with City Council. I believe the councilor's name was Clarke.
Yeah.
And what happened at that meeting?
Well, no, I didn't have. They're supposed to have me on the meeting,
Right.
but the fact remains is that they never sent me the letter for me to attend the meeting.
Right.
Instead, they tried to keep me out from the meeting so that they could have made decision behind my back, rather than I defending myself on the spot.
And is that what happened?
Because I did have letters from the people that was supporting me, from the public supporting me. I had more than
How much letters do you have? You have 1,000 letters
I
from
had
the
more than
public
1,000 names there.
of people who support you.
Yeah, support me. But
And you are not allowed to go back at that spot.
no, not allowed to go back at the spot.
And what has it cost you so far?
Well, the fact remains is that if I'm not at the corner there, I can't make any money down here. Look at the caravan time. All the people passing, going up and down the street, and I is away from them. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Over the years, you know how many I since 1986 I've been out on the sidewalk.
1986,
there.
since then you have been at that
I've
place.
been sitting on the sidewalk since 1986. It's not that I now showed up, and all these things around here comes after me.
And
You
how
know,
long did it take? How long did the city to remove you from that spot since they gave you the first notice?
Well, they took, the fact remains is that they wanted me to stay at the side of the building.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, but the side of the building, the boat filled from the top.
Right.
So this matter had went to court, and the judge agreed that the spot is undesirable. So the best place for me to stay is to stay away from the spot. But the city insists that I'm blocking the sidewalk and I should come back 41 meters backward.
41 meters.
Yeah,
backward.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your name, sir?
My name is Harold Garnett.
Harold Garnett. And how long have you been on Yonge Street?
I've been on Yonge since 1982.
1982. But there was an article that says you've been around since the 60s or 70s.
No, since 1982.
1982.
Yeah.
So that's been 32 years.
Yeah.
Right. Well, all I'm saying is that, as you can see, I'm not going to ask Mr. Garnett today to support my campaign, because I would be unfit to be mayor if I stand up for his rights because of favors that will be granted. But on this, I'm sending a clear message to City Council, to all City Councilors. Mr. Kyle Ray has resigned. This man was asked to move on special favors for Cadillac Fairview, this big corporation. And we are going to go back to the spot, and we're going to see if Mr. Right? And we're going to go back to the spot, and we're going to see if Mr. Garnett's right to enjoy the livelihood of life and for Mr. Garnett's right to have employment was violated. And if it was violated, we expect council to debate this issue and to put this man back where he belongs so that this man can make an honest living. I am a small businessman who was shoved out of business, out of neglect by those in authority. And as the next mayor of Toronto, I stand for small business. And I'm Kevin Clarke. I'm not running for mayor. I am earning the mayor's job. And it's the small businessman that's going to keep this city striving. It's the small businessman that's going to employ the young children when they're trying to get a job and they can't get a job with a big corporation because those jobs have already been occupied by the union. A father who has little time for education because he has to bring up a young child. For him to get a job and to get a start and to get the experience, he has to go to a small business to get started. And we have done a detrimental fact to the people of this city because this man could employ a large amount of people if his business was flourishing. Cadillac Favours will make cuts. They will reduce employment. But this man has the opportunity to give employment. And as the next mayor of Toronto, I will guarantee equal rights, equal opportunity, and there will be no special favors for big business over small business. Support the small business by sending a link to your councillors that an injustice was done to this man, and it's time for us to right that justice. I'm Kevin Clarke. Let's get small business working again. Let's see that politicians and those in big business do not shove individuals like Mr. Garnett here out of his youth. That's him. And for years. And as you can see, he's wearing a Columbus shirt. This is where Mr. Garnett stands at. Now, as you can see, just where these individuals were, you can see the front door of Cadillac Favours. There's no other doors over there. As you can see, this is the crosswalk. That is a crosswalk. So it clearly shows that where Mr. Garnett's business was, Mr. Garnett was not blocking the public's right of way or the crosswalk and was not imposing the business of Cadillac Favours. And this man should have the opportunity to operate his business. I'm Kevin Clarke. Stand up for small business. Stand up for my campaign. For this man, Mr. Garnett. And there's another man called Gus who has been asked to move on the other side. And I went to a meeting with him. And it's time for us to stop having big business running our government. Peace be to all. Love be to all. And God bless us. Wonderful.